All right,
So,
greetings everyone. I am Bester, joined today with a guest for today's first podcast episode. Would you like to introduce yourself?
hello. My name is Heroes.
And yeah, today we're going to be talking about pretty much AI art, something that has pretty much emerged since I think last year when like AI apps and softwares have become like really increasingly good, such as ChatGPT, Grok AI, and Gemini, that have helped people create a lot of images and even videos that look realistic and even artistic. So yeah, today I'm pretty much gonna be talking from a person's perspective who has absolutely no experience with art, and I have tried myself to, draw when I was younger, even recently, and I really cannot reach this amount of level. So yeah, heroes, if you have like any experience with art as well, feel free to share.
Yeah. I mean, art by itself with no AI. I've always tried. I've always tried to draw. I've always been terrible at it. I think coding's probably the only thing I could do.
Hmm.
I mean, even recently, last week, I wanted to code a Minecraft mod, and obviously, Minecraft mods require art. You need someone who can model. You need someone who can draw. I can't do it, so I just got my girlfriend to do it, and she did the wonderful. Art is something I could never, ever, no matter how much I tried. And I feel like whenever people say, "Oh, just pick up a pencil, start drawing," I'm like, "Bro, I've been
Yeah.
trying for 22 years. It's not going well."
I mean, yeah, I feel that. And in this example, for your girlfriend, I guess she's an artist. If she's like skilled
Yeah,
with all that, yeah. So she actually picked up a pencil, and I guess she just developed and honed her skills. So I guess this is like something that everyone has differently in themselves. There are people who even like in sports or in other mental skills, probably intelligence or drawing or animation and all. It's really different because I think that not everyone can learn and become an artist just by picking up a pencil. I've tried, I remember, to like follow tutorials, just for fun as a hobby. I have drawn several things, but it's nowhere near as what I actually pictured in my
Mhm.
imagination. So yeah, I guess again, this is something really not for everyone, but really for the people who want to spend the time and just develop their skills until they can actually make it.
Yeah,
So yeah, and the thing about AI is that it facilitates this quite a lot because the difference is that a person who will make one very realistic, detailed drawing would actually need several hours and days to make
Mhm.
that if they really spend a lot of time. Recently with Grok, I've like really generated pictures in just a few seconds, not even minutes.
yeah,
And yeah, so I just like to ask you, would you rather commission artists that charge, depending on what you want, probably over $100 for one drawing,
yeah.
or use a monthly subscription that costs probably a few dozens of bucks?
Yeah, like I knew you were gonna say that, because this is pretty much the common argument I've seen online, and it kind of riles up the artist. If you go on Twitter or any sort of social media, they will say this. You know, and we're kind of talking about it. It's realistically think you're gonna commission an artist, right?
Hmm.
And they're either gonna charge you, a lot of money, or they're gonna be generous. But no matter what price they're kind of giving you, you could still achieve something, even if it's not the same. I mean, you have more creative freedom over it as well
Yeah.
with AI there. And when I remember myself, I had this argument and I tried to bring it forth, and I received a lot of hate saying, "Oh, AI has no soul. Don't you want soul, brother?"
Yeah.
You need to
Yes.
realize that a lot of you guys are a lot of you guys are overcharging. You get what I'm saying? A lot of you guys are overcharging, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna make your art piece. Give me 200." I actually have a story about this.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna
Go
send it. I'm
on.
gonna send it to you now. You should be on your Instagram now if you have Instagram open.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, here I just sent you an Instagram, the reference of what I'm talking about now. So
Okay.
there we go. So basically, I was making a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And I needed a thumbnail. So I was playing a Roblox game called Rogueblocks. It was wait, no, it's not Roblox, sorry. Runeslayer, that's it, Runeslayer. I played too many RPGs. Runeslayer, amazing RPG game. And I wanted a thumbnail for my video, but I wanted something hand drawn, not hand drawn, but I wanted a piece of art. I didn't want digital, I wanted art, right? Like physical art. And so
Mhm.
I went looking, people were charging me 60, 80 bucks for a piece of paper with some Roblox avatars on it. And I wanted it to look black and white, sort of like a story, because that was
Yeah.
the whole point of the video. And people were charging. I was like, dude, 60 bucks? I was like, really? And then, I asked my girlfriend and she she made this for me.
Oh
She
yeah.
drew it on paper. I just sent it to you.
Yeah.
And I used it as my thumbnail. A lovely piece of art.
Mhm.
However, while she was drawing, I actually went on ChatGPT and it generated me something that looks similar, but with more effects. And I'm thinking, imagine if I didn't have her, right? Would I have to fork out 60, 80 bucks? Or could I just go to ChatGPT and say, could you generate me this so and so and so? People need to realize is that there is a cheaper alternative in all avenues of things. And
Yeah.
yes, I understand it might hurt your business, but you either have to adapt with the times or you will eventually crumble and fall. I see a lot of people in the commissioning community, they overcharge because why? Because think about it. They're talented and they know they're talented, right? Yes,
Mhm.
good, like higher quality art deserves a higher price, but some people are taking the mix. Some people are making a mockery out of it, overcharging because they know where else are you going to get it from, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you are the only place in the world that sells burgers. Now, think
Mhm.
about it. You could
Yeah.
charge 100 for a burger because where else are they going to go?
Yeah.
Think about
Exactly.
it,
I
right?
get a
And
point. Yeah.
now they have AI. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, now I have to lower my prices. Oh no, now you're
Yeah.
getting brought down to a
That's
realistic
true.
standard. And yeah, it's just kind of crazy to me that people get so offended about it. But shouldn't you be happy that there's that sort of option? I mean, it even affects me. I'm a software developer, right? And
Mhm.
um, AI can do a lot of the coding for you now. Maybe you won't need me to commission small little tasks and small little applications. For example, I even code a Discord bot called MP3 bot that is
Mhm.
in. Actually, let's check the live server count. It's
Yeah.
currently in. Let's see. MP3 bot, my bot that I developed that plays MP3s on Discord and will join your voice channel to play music. Now, this was created when YouTube was taken down off Discord, and you couldn't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Currently in 14,000 Discord servers. Yeah, 14,000. Now,
Damn.
that number, I've checked my charts, was increasing massively. I'm talking about we were getting 1,000 different servers every couple months, and it's slowed down. Now I'm getting like 100 servers every couple months. Why? I believe it's because now you can do a lot of other things on your own, right? What else would
Mhm.
explain it? My bot has pretty much no issues in it, and you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that just gave me motivation to move with the times. And also, the AI is not against us, right?
Yeah.
Recently, I went to a web development course because I wanted to broaden my knowledge of coding, and I had this lovely, lovely coach called Mido. Now, Mido kept reiterating the same point to us: AI is not to replace us; it's to
Mhm.
assist us. Think of AI like a hammer. You're going to use the hammer to banging the nails. The hammer isn't going to lift itself up and do it for you, right?
Yeah.
That's not
True.
the point of it because it's never going to be the same, right?
Mhm.
Now, with little things, yeah, sure, it can do little things. Like maybe it could draw you a stickman on a paper. You wouldn't need to commission an artist for that. But when it comes to the proper things in life, AI is there for your tool. So that's pretty much just what I'm thinking of it, right? That AI is always going to be something to assist. I mean, we don't know what the future will hold, but from what I'm seeing, that
Mhm.
AI is never going to be able to be human, right? It's going to be
Yeah.
only emulating things. And so I personally do not agree with all of the hate towards AI. Some people have arguments like, oh, the carbon emissions, or the water it's using up,
Yeah. I'm gonna address
things
that
like this.
later.
Yeah, things like that. But personally, I just think that there are so many more things that do more harm, and you're looking at AI simply because I think it's because it's something that's not human, right? Everything in life, up until this century has been done by human hands. If you wanted a giant building made, you would get humans, right? If you
Yeah.
wanted a food recipe, it would be passed down by humans, right? If you wanted anything in life, it was always through humans. And now we can kind of use less humans in the process, and it's kind of scaring people, I think.
Yes. Yes. So okay, yeah, you've said a lot. I'm going to address a few things.
Hmm.
So yeah, one thing that you've said, people getting offended about that thing, like with other people using AI art. One thing that I have noticed is actually like, why would artists be offended about other people using AI art if they know that their skills like are great enough to produce beautiful drawings, beautiful art and all? Because I've had a conversation with somebody on Instagram in a comment section, because I was just saying that AI art isn't as bad as you think it is, and he was just saying that it was disrespectful to artists and hate towards artists, when in literally absolutely no example have I ever said or actually belittled the work of real artists just by saying that I like what the AI produced. And then they say
Yeah.
like, I don't get this desire to fight something that doesn't exist, because it's artificial intelligence. It can't harm
Hmm.
you physically.
Hmm. Exactly.
And this is also the thing I don't understand. Like, there are other people in this world who are going to use AI, and it's not because they make AI art that this is a direct spit in the face to other artists. I think that artists should not compete with AI, because
Yeah.
it actually doesn't even know they exist, and they take it as an insult from other people. And I think that like other people get offended by the hashtag AI art. I feel like this is probably a need for validation. Why would you want to be better than a machine, something that isn't even human? Why would you genuinely, I don't get it. I don't get
Hmm.
it why some people are really so upset about AI art. If they are happy with their art, they will not be angry at other people using AI to make their own.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah, you've talked about pollution, yeah, and I pulled up a little chart here. Do you actually know when carbon pollution started, Heroes?
No, I do not. Educate me.
It, it started in the 1750, between the 800s, and it actually, when did it started like the emissions of CO2 started to reach 6 billion tons per year. So that was in 1950. So pollution has actually been around for how long now? Over 70 years or something, probably 80 years, even with the invention of the internet afterwards. So like 40 years of carbon emission.
Damn.
And yeah, so this has been happening like since for several decades now. And honestly, I don't think that people using ChatGPT or just talking to AI is going to be that much of a massive change in it. Surely, probably over several decades, it's going to increase, but it's not going to start right now or tomorrow or next year. Humans have always been polluting. Let's be honest about that, and I'm pretty sure that they will keep going.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be like it's sad for the environment, but I don't think that just by boycotting AI, it's going to change a lot about the current situation with climate change and the emissions of pollution. I personally think, yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm also like pro environment. I don't want the earth to, I mean, the humans to harm the earth that they live on. But apparently, with the industry, with the continuous development of artificial intelligence, it's heading towards this direction. And I think probably between 2030, 2050, we're gonna see like tremendous changes, maybe with robots and all, and what the AI can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about that. And there are also, of course, other things that people use AI for. And you have said it that AI is not against you, but
Yeah.
since it's a tool to assist humans, it all depends on which human uses AI, either to do malicious things or to be, helpful or do useful, productive things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I do think, like I don't know if you've seen a lot of, if you have examples of people that use AI to do this kind of harm. I mean, of course, there is the possibility of using AI deep faking to
Yeah.
to prank people or just. But it's just gonna be scarier the more realistic it gets.
Yeah. Going into that topic, there's a situation that me and you both know all too well.
Oh yes,
Happened a few months ago on TikTok,
yes, true.
and it was actually in the topic of AI. And for anyone who doesn't know how generative AI works with human faces or human anatomy, what it does is it scours all of the media fed to it.
Hmm.
So I'll give you an example. ChatGPT 5.0 will probably be fed millions and millions of books, memes, images, articles, all of the content on the internet that it's fed. It will analyze it and understand, right? So let's say you then want to go ahead and say to ChatGPT, generate me an image of a 6 foot man. It will go through, with the data it has that it's researched and look at the images of maybe 100,000 men that are 6 foot. It will look at their faces, look at their height, look at their bone distribution, and it will generate you a brand new person based on anatomy. This is not copy and pasting or even cutting things out, like cutting the eyeballs out of one, cutting them out. No, it's analyzing and making a brand new off of understanding human anatomy, right?
Hmm.
Now, there is possible to do harm with this. And
Yes.
I use harm in quotations because you're not physically harming anyone, you're not emotionally harming anyone unless these things are spread. But what you could do is you could ask AI. Now, there are a few preventative measures in place of this. I'm not sure if any of you know, but example, if you go on Twitter, there has been a big trend on Twitter of people asking Grok to generate an image of a random woman that they reply to and say, get her profile picture and remove her clothes.
Yeah, put her in
So
a
that
bikini or
is that.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Now that is one way you can cause emotional distress to someone, right? However, there is also the idea of privately, without sharing, you could say, generate me a brand new person out of the millions of data you have. Generate me a brand new human and generate them with no clothes on, right? People could do that. Now, some people seem to believe this is harmful because they don't seem to understand how generative AI is. They think what generative AI is doing is it's looking at a picture of them and just modifying it a bit and saying it's a new person. That's not how generative AI works. It's not taking anything from anyone else. It's understanding anatomy and creating something new with randomized features, right?
Hmm.
And this is something that's, for some reason, people seem to have an issue understanding. Generative AI. Imagine none of it doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. Just imagine for a second that you're God and you look at, okay, I made these humans, let's make a new one. That's essentially what it's doing. It's just looking and making a new, based on what you're seeing, right?
Hmm.
It's not just gonna rip that off and put it there. No, right? So with that in mind, generative AI has gotten a lot of people up in arms due to this, and they think it's harmful because you could essentially do anything with anyone. Your imagination could become reality. And what's making
Mm.
people worried is not everyone has the cleanest and the best imagination to put
Yeah.
forth and come
Yeah.
forth with it, right? Yeah.
True. True.
And so it kind of just comes down to moderation, and this will happen with
Yes.
any tool. One thing I need to stress is that AI is not the problem. Humans are the problem. If
Exactly.
someone goes around all day going on Twitter and saying, get this girl's picture, make her naked, and then let me send it to her DMs. That is someone choosing to use a tool wrongly.
Yeah, that's free will, basically.
And yeah, exactly. And here's the problem. If people say, okay, well, then the tool shouldn't be able to do that, or we should not have the tool, with that logic, we should not have knives. Because yes, people use knives to cut their chicken. Some people use knives to go out and stab people.
Yeah.
You cannot suppress the tool itself. It's people who need to be suppressed. The tool itself is not doing anything wrong. And that's something I really wanted to put forth about AI here.
Yeah, that's actually very very true because once again, I said free will because, like you said, it doesn't matter whether you believe in God or not. But humans on this earth, there will always be good and bad humans. Like it's going to keep going like this for generations and millennials to come. AI is not the problem in itself. What I do agree on is that it does need moderation and restrictions so that it cannot like literally generate crimes or illegal content.
Yeah.
And yeah, once again, it's like because someone used a car to run over somebody, cars shall be removed because cars are dangerous.
Exactly.
Because someone used a gun to shoot somebody, the Second Amendment should be removed because they are killers. This is like very such a narrow-minded logic because once again, this is free will, and people choose to do that. And if there are corrupted people in our society, they need to be corrected. They need to be held accountable. They need to be isolated from the other people who do not share their disruptive mindset.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah,
100%.
exactly. I've seen like those pictures on Twitter or on Instagram. There are people who use AI to experiment and try to see if it will really do it or just for fun. Again, I think that we need to draw a line between the people who know what they are doing and the people who do this because this is all they know what to do. What I mean by that is that you're gonna have people who take, I don't know, random pictures of girls on Instagram. They're gonna ask the AI to just strip them down as naked as possible and then jerk off to it. There are definitely people who do that. Like I'm absolutely certain of this, but they're not gonna show themselves. There are perverts out there, 100%. But yeah, I mean, once again, we cannot monitor every single human being on the planet. This is why crimes still happen. This is why cases are still unsolved because we don't know what happened and we don't know what they do. And I'm not the type to assume the worst at first, but I'm always going to keep like a neutral or indifferent view of things. Like I don't know, like there are a lot and like a lot of accounts on X that just continuously spill AI porn from anime characters. I don't know what these people do in their free time, but one thing for certain is that they get paid for the post interactions with that, and there are also other people who are going to consume this type of content. But for me, what you said that it's not inherently harmful, I do agree with the fact that, for example, if somebody took a picture of me and asked Grok take his dick out and just show it, zoom in on a big frame. I don't know. Like I know this is fake. I know this is AI. I will probably both be mesmerized by how probably realistic it will look, but also be fucking in a fucking state of shock. Like what the fuck? But yeah, once again, I don't know. Like genuinely. For me, I know that this is AI and that there's no reason to actually be alarmed by it. Like you know that you didn't take these pictures, and you know that you didn't do this. And well, if people try to actually blackmail you with that, then they are the ones to be in problem to get in trouble. What I could add to this is I've seen like an ex user. I don't remember her name, but she basically posts porn of herself, like fully naked. There's literally nothing left to imagine. It's on full on display. And then she made a tweet like, if you use AI on me, I'm blocking you, lol. And bro, like I was staring at the screen and like, what, bitch? Like you already post yourself naked. What more could people do with AI? Like, I mean, that's another example, but yeah. Some people just hate on AI for the sake of hating on AI, and well, that's their mentality.
Definitely. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people are virtue signaling when it comes to AI. I feel like a lot of these people don't really feel the way they feel, and they just, oh, it's trendy to hate on AI, because when you ask these people, they kind of give the same watered down responses that have already been kind of debunked months ago. It's just like, I don't know, man. I feel like these people aren't really open to conversation. I feel like the conversation they want to have is kind of not at all, and just agree with me and let's demean this thing. To be fair, a lot of the negativity I've seen towards it is from artists, and you can kind of put two and two together there to figure out why that is. But yeah, that's really just how I feel about it. There's going to come a point in society where there's no more room to have this mindset. You kind of, everyone's going to they're going to reach the point where it's like, okay, I have to now accept that this is the reality and AI is moving forward and we have to stick up with the times. And honestly, I'm just waiting for that day, honestly.
Yeah, same. I think it's not going to come in our generation, but I think like in 2100 or something like that, like everyone would have gotten used to AI, because it's like I've actually like searched up a few things and see that there were actually like a lot of people protesting against cars when they were like first invented, also against internet, against smartphones and all. And like nowadays, like, do you see anyone complaining about smartphones or about cars? I mean, they've actually adapted as a human. That's what they do. Humans adapt. But yeah, I think that some people are just scared of change, scared of the unknown, and I just wanna tell them, like, again, not with aggressivity, but with goodwill, that it's not as bad as you think, and it's not gonna get worse. We cannot know for sure if it's going to take the best direction or the worst direction, but right now we're just going with the flow. And yeah, again, like you said, most people who hate AI are either artists or Free Palestines, but other things that I've seen.
Free Palestine.
No, I mean, genuinely, I've seen so many. Like I've taken a look on their profile. They have Free Palestine. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Everywhere.
It's just like, it's also this thing, that they actually fill in the stereotypes, and like I am really not in favor of stereotyping people, but every time I take a look at a person who disagrees with me, it always has like one of these things. In the profile.
There was a guy I used to watch on YouTube who made a point out of this, and he had like a whole like meme on his channel. His name was Paul Joseph Watson or something, or Paul Watson, whatever his name was, right? And the thing is that he always said, "Why is it always them?
Yeah.
And why do they always look like that?" Every single time someone disagreed with him, he'd go to their profile, and it always was the same thing.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I can do, like to I don't know what else I can say in their favor, because it really feels like a hive mind. Like they have a checklist, no AI, hate on these guys because they do certain things, or we actually label them as such, and it's just like, wow, it's just like really. It's both depressing, unfortunate, but at the same time, like, it makes me cackle, because it's just like them. It's just this type of people, and I don't wanna discriminate, but unfortunately, like, they always act the same way.
Yeah, always the same way. It's literally, it's sort of like they're devoid of independent thought sometimes, and it's kind of alarming.
Again, I do think that Like once again, it depends on what AI is used for. But for art, I think it's not as bad because I don't know, like the people who say that AI steals art, it's like you said, it produces something new. It just
Yeah.
uses the information, and like it's comparable like to people who try, you know, to inspire themselves to learn how to
Mhm.
draw, how to be an artist, and I respect them. Like, of course, I have absolutely no hate towards real artists, but it's
Yeah.
just that for me, using
Mhm.
AI to get my ideas and projects to
Mhm.
put them in form and have a visual of them, it
Mhm.
really helps me a lot because I
Yeah.
have imagination, but it's not visual imagination. It's more like
Mhm.
I don't know how to describe it, or how to say it's creativity, but not visual creativity. Like probably, you know, story wise
Mhm.
and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really
I get what you mean.
have a lot of difficulties imagining something original and then creating that thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
really, AI gives me inspiration and also other ideas that then could
Mhm.
probably help me develop the projects and other things.
Yeah.
It's a
Definitely. I
tool,
get what you
yeah,
mean. It's a
like we've
tool,
established.
definitely.
I forgot to mention that the only thing that I'm probably good at is making YouTube thumbnails. You can go check out my main YouTube channel if you want to see what I do. And yeah, genuinely, I mean, I've never used AI. I don't think I'll ever use AI to make AI generated thumbnails unless it's probably for a joke. But other than that, I really like and prefer to make my videos thumbnails by myself on Photoshop because that's probably the only designing art that I have in myself. So yeah, just wanted to put it out there. So yeah, and to conclude, I think we could
Mhm.
go back to the artists that we've mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
like those people who charge for me extravagant prices, because
Yeah.
I've had on Discord like probably well over 200 accounts that have
Mhm.
like said, hey, I'm a graphic designer and I could create things for your channel. It seems like you don't have
Mhm.
a lot of views and that what you're doing is kind of shit. Let me actually help you, give you things that are not going to help you, but I'm getting paid for it. That's really for the 200 bots that I have like turned down every single one of them. Like none of them look legit. They they are the real thieves because they
Mhm.
take portfolios from like
Mhm.
VGen or DeviantArt and then they
Yeah.
put a logo over it. Like they're actually scammers, like genuinely. I can't. I have so many examples, but like I've blocked them all, and now they're out of my DMs. But
Yeah.
yeah, and yes, another thing that I have actually noticed recently
Mhm.
is actually even like real people, real artists who charge. I've
Mhm.
seen a VTuber who's actually ordered something for her community, and it was like
Mhm.
a lot of merch and drawing and pretty much
Mhm.
things that you need artistic skills to create. And
Mhm.
well, she had to wait like well over a year past her
Damn.
scheduled date because it wasn't being delivered. It wasn't being sent
Damn.
to her. And yeah, I mean, I've
Bro.
seen a lot of people just getting paid and then never doing the art. I'm not saying it's all of
Ah.
them, but like it just, I don't know. I feel like
Mhm.
it's really difficult to trust certain artists. You don't, I mean, some of them you don't know them, but those people who want to do good and they say no AI, commission real
Mhm.
artist, and then they get fucking scammed and never returned. That actually
Mhm.
lets it's gotta sink in and I gotta reflect on that because
Yeah.
I do think that it might actually be happen more and more now that like we've said. People can use AI to make fake things look real, and then if they ask
Yeah.
for some example like a reference work, they send them something that they've created with AI, and then it's not real,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
they get baited, they paid, and then nothing happens,
Yeah.
and
Terrible.
that's just
Absolutely terrible.
that's unfortunate, yeah. And like I'm not
Absolutely
saying
terrible.
once again that every artist is bad. There are definitely a lot who want to do good and who want to be authentical. And yeah, it's just that sometimes it can take a long time to get, for example, the VTuber model or other art pieces done, several months, and depending again on what they ask for. But yeah, all in all, I think that after all, there is bad in both AI artists and those commission artists.
Definitely, I get what you're saying. Oh man, I just hope we're gonna reach that point where everything's gonna be accepted. It's gonna take a while, but hey,
Oh
man,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get there eventually, right?
Yeah, it will take a while. I hope that humans are going to be able to adapt. But yeah, I guess that's going to be all for us today. Thank you for listening. And if there's going to be an episode 2, we will see about that.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you and goodbye.